Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Nice.
Thank you. We're back.
Welcome.
We're here.
Bass Now Radio.
Best Now Radio. Now Bass Radio.
Radio Now Bass.
I'm Lewis.
I'm Andrew.
We're here.
Yes, we are.
And we're talking.
Yeah, we're going to attempt to, yes.
Yes.
We got a college event to talk about.
We do.
Blake. He was there. I wasn't.
I was there.
Part of me is happy that I wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then we got an open to talk about with some notable people in it. One of them I really want to get your opinion on because I'm just excited that it's there.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I was trying to pay attention to the open while I was fishing. That was exciting. There's something going on with MLFLW. I don't remember what it was.
So you're saying I should bring that up.
It was a pro circuit on Eufaula.
Yeah, there was a pro circuit on Eufaula.
Abram won it. I forget his first name. Jason Abram? Jason Abram. Let's see how good I am.
Let's see how good I am. Hold on. This is the BPT core.
Another notable tournament was held this weekend that I'd like to talk about.
Jason Abram. Holy crap, you're good.
I'm good.
You are good. Skeet Reese in the top 10. Way to go, Skeet.
Yeah.
Proud of you, man. There we go. That's all covering we need.
Yeah.
MLF.
And we're done.
We got MLF
Thank
done
you
in the
for
first
watching the
minute of this podcast. Now on to the real news. So let's talk Smith.
First, I want to give a thank you to the people that bring us this fine podcast.
I was going to do it at the end today because I feel like we always do it at the beginning.
Well, we got to bring it to the people in the beginning. It's quick. We'll get through it easy.
All right.
Want to shout out Deep Apparel.
Deep Apparel right here.
That hat.
By the way, if y'all didn't see, they sent me a lot of really cool clothing. So very big thank you to Deep for doing that. And if you want to pick up some of that cool clothing for yourself so you can look fantastic on the water catching nothing like I do, you can use code Sunrise20 at checkout at Shop Deep. This mic thing is moving again. That's going to annoy me. And then our other good friends, Biz Baits. You're putting it at the wall.
Biz Baits.
Biz Baits, True South Custom Lures.
Use the coupon code capital B Bass capital N now for 10% off your next order.
Yeah.
And thank you to Minetti Custom Homes for bringing this fine podcast. I can't provide you with a discount code for that, but I'm wearing a hat, and shout out to Minetti Custom Homes.
You mean I can't get 10% off a custom home?
No.
Dang.
No, I believe that would qualify as a free house if you looked at margins. Essentially, the fine folks at Minetti would be working for free in that case.
Thank you to all of the supporters of our podcast and what we do.
Yes.
And now on to the main event, the main show.
I want to start this tournament off with the most
tournament.
This tournament, yeah, yep.
We're fishing the tournament, right?
I want to start off.
What do you got for me?
This past weekend, not only was all that other stuff going on, but the Sturgeon Bay Open was going on. For those who don't know, this happens every year. It's always good, and the results were phenomenal. And Chris and Corey Johnston won.
Yes. Okay. I did know about this because the guys in fourth, I know.
Yeah. They won with a 2-day total of 53 pounds and 4 ounces of smallmouthed bass.
Wow.
2-day total.
Wow.
Yeah.
The Johnson brothers, let me tell you, they get it done.
For reference, that is exactly 20 pounds heavier than what won the Smith Lake College tournament. In the same amount of days.
Wow.
20 pounds more. And they were all brown. Yeah.
That's the fun fish color to catch.
The top 40 teams averaged 20 pounds a day.
St. Lawrence all over again.
That is stupid.
Yeah.
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 Uh-huh.
The Johnstons weighed in 26 on day 1 and 27 1/4 on day 2.
Wow.
Oh, that's so good.
Wow.
There's a lot of 25s and 23s and 24s and 22s and 21s and I wish I was there. That's all I know.
Yeah. Well, it was better than Smith, huh?
Yes. God. They just smashed them. Like, hold on. Let me go way down.
This makes you wonder why Bass keeps sending us the spotted bass licks. They're not that good. When we could be going
the 75th place team averaged 15 a day. They came in 75th place for catching 10 3-pound smallmouth. They basically got a thanks for showing up.
Yeah.
Go home now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, technically they went home having a lot of fun after.
They did. Dang. Likely, yes.
Because I know I would have had a lot of fun doing that.
Golly.
Well, that just reminds me of St. Louis.
Some guys who weighed in 26 on day 1 weighed in 12 day 2.
Hate to see the fall.
Sorry, those guys.
They apparently lost all their fish.
They used to show the big fish for this tournament in the results, but I don't see that. And it's usually interesting because they're usually large. Oh. Nope, never mind. No.
So, now that you keep skirting around.
Yes.
The main point of this podcast. Let's talk about Smith Lake.
The Johnston brothers won. They won a brand new boat.
Oh, I'm sure they need that boat. 100% need that boat.
Yeah, they need that boat really bad.
I think that if a pro wins a tournament where there's a boat on the line, it should go to the second place team.
Yeah. Oh, photos. Let's look at the photos. Oh, look at them.
So Smith Lake.
Look at them. Oh,
look at this guy.
So
he's just continually skirting around the issue at hand.
They're so pretty.
So, Smith Lake tournament for the college series happened this weekend.
It did happen this weekend.
We had 3 teams there.
We did.
Had 3 teams there. And you did the best out of the 3.
Yay.
And if I'm remembering your results right, you caught 5 fish in 2 days.
I caught 6 fish in 2 days.
Ah, okay.
I avoided the 100th place.
Yeah,
I avoided the
top
triple
100.
digit. Narrowly.
Which, for a tournament that had, how many boats were in this? Well, there were a lot of zeros, so I can't count them all.
Like 192, I think.
Yeah, almost 200 boats, it looks like.
Golly.
Yeah, to be in the top 100 with 6 fish is...
Look at that bass.
That's just something to say right there.
Oh, it sucked,
Once again, for college bass fishing. I'm hoping Saginaw turns this around for college bass because we've seen 2 extremely tough tournaments.
I'll say this. That's interesting. It was when we were there 3 years ago or 2 years ago, whatever that was.
When I was there?
Yeah, it was significantly better.
Yeah.
Weights-wise. I don't know what the difference was. I want to say I had almost what I had, or very similar to what I had last time. I sucked that time too. I think I had like 12 pounds for 2 days, or maybe even like 14 pounds for 2 days. And I came in like 130th. Like, it was much better last time.
Yeah.
A lot more fish were caught. The weights were higher. Like, I think there was a few 20-pound stringers.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah. It was significantly better. It's a rough tournament. It was weird post-spawn funk. I can tell you from being there, there was a little bit of shad spawn going on. There were a lot of little fish to be caught. I think a lot of people caught a lot of 14-inch fish. You need to keep 15s. A lot of 14-inch fish caught. Shad spawn going on in the morning, and it got tough in the afternoon for most people I talked to. That was kind of when people struggled. But the winners
The winners were Connor
Kind of had a deal going on in the afternoon.
Yeah. The winners, Connor Jacobs, Sam Smith from our favorite university across the podcast lane, Auburn University.
Nice job, boys.
They got it done. Hayden Scott, Griffin Fernandez.
They won by a lot. What, Adrian 5 pounds?
Finished in second. And they were 5 pounds behind.
Yeah, they dominated this tournament.
They came in with 18-14 on day 2 to seal the deal.
Yep.
Now, here's what I was reading that I found extremely fascinating because it's just fascinating. So they were fishing in the morning on docks. They would catch their limit of spots by 9 a.m.
I'd imagine that was some sort of shad spawn.
Yeah, got to be some kind of shad spawn.
Yeah.
They said they were catching them on a swim jig.
Spinnerbait, I thought, wasn't it?
No, it was swim jig.
Oh, okay. Then they were fishing a shad spawn.
And then they would go and fish trash mats.
Yeah.
Anyone that fished Upper River in Cumberland.
Yeah.
Knows exactly what a trash
even
mat
not even.
like.
I mean, they were down lake too. They were just everywhere. Just crap everywhere.
Cumberland, they had the trash mats up lake.
They were everywhere on Cumberland though too.
Were they?
Yeah, I saw them down.
I didn't
lake.
see them as much down at the bottom.
Yeah, they were down. They were just trash.
They were giant ones.
I believe it.
They were dry. Like literally, there were a couple like coves where I pulled into at Cumberland where I'm like, oh, this would be good. I can go and fish the back of this. And then pull in.
No.
And the whole cove would be trash. Like, the whole thing. And I'm just like, well, all right, keep looking on the map.
Yeah.
But yeah, they were flipping trash mats with a 1/2 ounce flipping weight in the D-bomb in Green Pumpkin. So
that's, I mean, to figure that deal out is pretty awesome.
I don't know how they figured it out. Like, what makes you?
I personally didn't see.
Yeah, they did use a spinnerbait too. It was a swim jig and a spinnerbait.
I personally didn't see any sort of trash mat on Smith, so I'm surprised. I mean, they must have been up in a creek somewhere or something like that.
Creeks, yeah.
Yeah.
It's whatever the way the wind blew.
Yeah. And they caught big largemouth doing that in the afternoon when a lot of the guys that I talked to struggled. So
I want to know how they figured that out. Like, do you think that they're just like, let's go and flip that? Like, were they just driving by and like, Yeah. You think they were using live scope to look under it?
No, I think they probably just said their fish are up. Let's flip it.
Why not flip it?
Yeah. I mean, there was I heard talked to multiple people who had a little flipping bite going in practice that seemed to die in the tournament. Maybe it was similar to like a Florida deal where when the pressure gets high and the fishing gets tough, they like to get under stuff instead of just in stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe they got under the only thing they could get under.
Trash.
Yeah.
But you were there.
I was. It's a fact.
What did you think of this event compared to Cumberland?
I liked it more than Cumberland. I like Smith Lake more than Cumberland. But similar tournaments in the same respects in that you it was hard to pinpoint a stage that a majority of fish were in. And at the same time, it wasn't so widespread so that you could catch fish doing kind of anything.
Kind of anything, yeah.
Right. Like, so a lot of times you'll see in these times of the year, in the springtime, where you have fish in multiple stages that spawn, where you can catch fish doing a bunch of different things. It seemed harder at both of these tournaments. It seemed harder to catch keeper fish. Like little buckfish were around everywhere, it seemed like, in both of these tournaments. But in both of them, it seemed harder to get keeper bites. A lot of guys struggled to catch limits. I did not catch a limit in 4 days of tournaments in both of them. It's just a time of the year that I personally struggle with. Some people don't as much, but I feel like the weights show that for the most part, we struggled as a collective college angling group.
As a collective college group.
Yes.
The struggle was real.
I mean, I don't think that was on us. I think everybody who knows and has fished or follows the College Bass Series knows that these guys can catch them. Like most of them can catch them really well.
When you're done, I have a question for you.
Okay. That being said, I don't think the last two tournament weights are very reflective of it. I will say the winners were impressive. They won with an average of over 16 pounds a day. Jack Dice 2 weeks ago, won with the same, over 16 pounds a day, which was really good weight. I mean, really solid, good fish for those two lakes almost any time of the year. That being said, the fall off was significant at both of these tournaments. You saw a lot of people do well with very light weight. I believe the qualifying cut for this tournament was in the realm of like 18 to 20 pounds.
Hold on.
I would not have predicted it being that low.
Okay, qualifying weight. So you said there was
this is before working boats. Down, too. Before working down, 190 boats, so 19th place.
19th place was 21 pounds. Britt Myers, Tyler Anderson.
And they already qualified, and so did a couple other people in there. So it probably worked down to about 25th, which I want to say was 18 and change. It was bad. Cumberland, I forget what the weight was. Do you remember the qualifying number?
I don't remember.
It wasn't impressive.
It wasn't good, though.
No. So, I mean, I like I said, I don't think this is reflective of us. I think it's more reflective, and not us in general, because we do suck. But the college series in general, I don't think it's reflective of us being bad fishermen. I think it's reflective of a weird time of the year. Two lakes caught in between different stages, fish not entirely set up where they normally would be. And yeah, just kind of tough luck of the draw. Okay. I mean, that being said, I'll finish this out real quick by saying, hopefully we can bookend the year on a hell of a tournament at Saginaw Bay.
Yeah, I'm thinking Hartwell was pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of people at least caught fish at Hartwell.
These two were pretty crap, and then we're going to go Saginaw, and we're going to whack them.
Yeah.
Nice little neatly bow-tied package.
I agree.
For the season.
I thought the same. What's your question?
So. I was talking to someone at the ramp.
Okay.
At Cumberland.
I was going to say.
During one of the practice days from a school not to be named. And they said that they felt, we were talking about the fishing, how tough it was, and they thought they were going to do okay with what they had, even though it wasn't a lot, because they said that the college field is not as good as it was 2 years ago.
Ooh.
I'm curious what you think about that.
I think there's an argument to be made.
I said that too. I go, I can kind of see what you're talking about. Like,
I think there's an argument to be made. There's a good argument to be made there. We lost a lot of really good fishermen.
Yeah.
I think that what happened was, here's what I think. I think that what happened was the field, I don't think got much easier at all. I think what happened was a lot of names who had made names in the college series have left in the last 2 years.
John Garrett,
Cody Huff, Nolan,
KJ.
Cole Sands and Connor DeMar was still fishing. Sands is done. Cole Floyd, another Brian guy, Nick Ratliff, Campbellsville guy. A lot of really good fishermen have moved on that were either in classics, did well in opens. Jacob Fouts is another one who's, I think, leading the points in the opens right now, like totally kicking ass. So you got a lot of really, really impressive guys, really well-known guys who have since moved on. That being said, I don't think that the field has really weakened. I think there's
just less well-known people.
And here's another thing that I'll say. I think that and you'll probably agree with me on this, in the last 2 years, the dominant schools have shifted.
Yes.
It was very much dominated by Brian and Bethel.
Bethel. I mean, Bethel was like the favorite for every tournament when I started.
And they had everybody.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those names we just named, they had. Then Brian kind of started showing out. And now it seems like the Montevallo, the Carson Newman, even, I hate to say it, the Auburn guys this year.
Auburn's definitely showing up.
Those three schools are making... Now, that's not to say that Bethel's gone away. But they have not been making the splash they once did.
No.
When KJ and Cody and all of those guys were there. You still have really good fishermen in Tristan McCormick, Dax Ewert, a number of other guys there at Bethel and at Bryan who can catch the absolute snot out of them. So you still have a lot of guys that can really catch them there, but I think you have a much larger influx of places like Campbellsville and especially Carson Newman. Those two schools especially, with their recruiting. And
yeah, they've done really good recruiting.
They're very strict. They run it like a college sport.
Yeah.
A real one. And I think you see the results of that. I mean, you saw guys like Carson Newman win Hartwell. I think multiple of the top 5 places were Carson Newman guys. And you see these guys show out at every tournament. So to answer your question, I think there's an argument to be made, but I think the real argument is that the notable guys have left. A lot of these guys from Montevallo and Carson Newman, Auburn guys, those Auburn guys have been around and a lot of people know them, but the Carson Newman and the Montevallo guys who are kicking everybody's tails in, not as well known yet.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah, I will say, now that I've been doing this for a while, that, when we used to show up terms, it was all right, where's Garrett fishing? Where's Fouts fishing? You would see a boat and you'd be like, okay, who, is that someone that's well known?
Yeah.
Because that means I could be in the right area because they usually do good. And now I feel like the field is a lot more open. As you've seen, it's been kind of the guys that have won or been in the top 5 has been very spread out.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a consistent, with the exception of Logan Parks.
Yeah.
They've been in the top, 20-ish? 20-ish boats. So they've been the only ones I feel like have been, consistently good.
Yeah.
Where everyone else has been, all over the place.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I will say that, it doesn't seem like there's... I don't know if that's because the whole field as a whole is more competitive or if there isn't as much talent. I don't know what other way to put it. There's not the...
I think the competition has risen almost. It has leveled out.
Has leveled out, yeah.
Yeah. I think that there was a bigger difference between the top 10% and the bottom 10%. Nah, I wouldn't say that because the bottom 10% is kind of rough still.
The bottom 10% is definitely rough.
The top 50% and the bottom 50%, there was a much bigger difference 2 years ago than there is now.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
So, that was my thing.
College fishing, it's just a product of college fishing gaining national recognition. Just being a sport, a thing that more high school younger kids want to get involved in. So I think that's what it is.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
So with that, we can wrap up college fishing.
Yeah,
and we'll move on to the opens.
Heck yeah,
James River.
I think the winner of the week
was the James River Open.
Is not the James River Open. The James River.
Just the James River.
I was incredibly impressed by the weights that the James River
put out some good weights.
In comparison to past tournaments there for a tidal river that's known for being pretty stingy with some big fish in it, if you look at the weights down the line, those guys kind of freaking caught them.
Yeah.
Really well.
I mean, the top 10, you needed what? Let's see here.
Go to. Let me show you something here. Do this.
Oh, you want the weights?
You'll see what you actually needed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it was. I was incredibly impressed.
I was not loading.
It will load eventually. I was incredibly impressed with the James River. Really, really great weights. Palaniuk won with over 17 pounds a day average. It's really, really good there.
There we go.
I want to say it used to take 13 and 14. I don't know if that's a time of the year deal. Probably some.
So Palaniuk.
I think it's also ticking up. I think the place has been really good the last few years from things I've seen and local tournaments and such. What? Okay.
Well, the top 10, it was, and this is a really, I'll talk about a drop off here in top 10, 18-8, 12-14, and then 7-4 on the last day. So it dropped off, but
where do you see this? What do you mean?
The weights.
What is it? Mm-hmm.
Look at the fall off.
What fall off?
18. The guy in 10th, he caught 18-3.
Right, but you still need it. But not everybody. Only the top 10 fished the third day.
Oh yeah, I know.
So you needed over 30 pounds to qualify for the third day.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at the drop off there on the last day because it seems like everyone dropped off there on the last day with the exception of Palaniuk and a couple other guys.
Really good.
Yeah, so Palaniuk won.
Yes, by how much? Not as much as I thought he did.
He won by 3 pounds.
Never mind, he won by a good bit.
Over Nicholas Bodsford, who had 55, and Jeff Queen.
That's strong, man. That is strong.
Tough.
53 pounds on the James River, almost 54 pounds. That's strong.
Tough old Jeff Queen, Charlotte native.
Yep.
He lost out on second place by 1 ounce. Yeah. Tough losing $5,000 like that.
Yeah, well, first or last.
Good tournament.
Really good tournament.
Iaconelli is back.
He's back in some form.
He's fishing the Northern Opens, apparently.
I have theories.
Theories.
I have theories.
I like theories.
I think Iaconelli is fishing for the sole reason of trying to get to a classic. I don't think he'll fish the elites if he qualifies.
He just wants to fish the classic.
I think he's trying to win an open, so he fishes the whole division. If he wins one, he gets to go to the classic. He's probably going to kick ass, so he's probably going to qualify, and I don't think he's going to go. I think he's got too good of a thing going on back at home. He doesn't want to fish tournaments professionally. He just wants to fish one division, see if he can make a classic, see if he can win another, and that's that. That's my theory.
Interesting one. Porosnik fished it.
Yeah. He's been having a pretty good year.
I thought he was only fishing the Centrals.
No, he's fishing all of them.
Is he fishing all of them?
2 years in a row now. And he's doing significantly better this year than he did last. Last year, he had a rough time.
And then, the one that I want to talk about.
Oh, I thought it was Iaconelli.
No, it wasn't Iaconelli.
Okay.
So you don't know about this?
No.
Good. I'm gonna shock you here. He didn't do well, but I just want to compare the difference here. We all know Lunkers was fishing the Opens.
I do know who you're going to talk about.
And everyone knew that. And there was a lot of media around it. And no one said a word about Alex Parrott going and fishing an Open on the James River.
Yes.
And I like that.
Yes. But he sucked.
He sucked. But for whatever reason, I have more respect for him sucking at that than I do for Lunkers sucking at the other ones.
I also have more respect for him for another reason.
Yeah.
I think Lunkers dropped out of fishing the Opens.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't show up at this one at least.
He hasn't showed up at the last 2 or 3. I think he signed up to fish the MPFL where he thought he could compete.
Yeah.
And he's done with the Opens.
He's done with the Opens already.
That's what I think.
He's already quit the Open life.
That's what I think.
Well, I kind of want to see if Alex fishes more of these. At least he caught 5 fish each day.
What if we got our buddy Luke Schrader on with the MPFL?
Yeah, we do need to talk to Luke.
And asked him about what's going on in the MPL, how he thinks
how he thinks it's going.
Half or so of the season is gone. And B, what he thinks about Lunkers and all that.
I'm sure he's run into him.
I'm sure. And if you watch, if you pay attention to their Instagram and all that, they enjoy themselves some Lunkers TV.
Oh yeah. I will say personally, I love the mass exodus of cameramen from the Guggen squad.
I wouldn't know.
John lost his cameraman. Lunkers lost his cameraman. Apparently, Lunkers' cameraman said some crap about him too as he was leaving. So good on him for telling the truth.
Shocker.
That comes in line with someone else that I know there was a cameraman from Lunkers that said something similar. So I guess I wasn't lied to.
Shocker.
But I don't know. I like that there was nothing about Alex never said anything. I was
just showed up.
Yeah, I was just scrolling through and I
saw it too.
Alex Perrick. Huh.
Yeah. And I wonder if he did post anything that, he's I don't know.
But they do need to do better because I do think that Alex and John have tournament fished before, as has Lake Fork guy. I do expect a little bit more out of them. John fished the Bass Open, the $1 million tournament down in Texas.
Really, really, really bad.
He sucked worse than Lunkers did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Come on, guys.
I think people, including them people and YouTube people and us people, even still, and I give more than respect to those guys. I admire those guys. I think people don't realize how good those Opens guys are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And those Elite Series guys.
The Open guys,
the top level guys
are good.
Are so head and shoulders above the rest of us. It's incredible. They're so good. They're going to catch fish in a bathtub, no matter where, no matter when.
So
that's why I get when people talk crap about, all the Elite Series numbers, weights have been down this year. Maybe so, but
they're still better than you.
These guys are the best of the best. They're the cream of the crop. There's been some weird weathered stuff going on, weird conditions these guys are they're as good as it gets. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another YouTuber gets embarrassed in a tournament against people who actually fish.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's I don't know.
And the college guys impressed. Tanner Ward and Nolan Miner both at top 50 finishes.
Yep. And I don't know. That's another Open in the books.
How about Polnick, man? Polnick's kicking some ass.
Yeah, Polnick's kind of on a hot streak.
Yeah.
If you don't have him on a fantasy team, I think you should get him on a fantasy
team. He's kind of been kicking some ass. Oh, fantasy this week.
Yeah.
Lake Guntersville.
Old Gville.
Starts on Thursday.
Who you got to win? I believe I've already set my team. Actually, I know I've set my team.
I know who I'd like to win, especially after last week. Oh, that's something we got to talk about. Congrats to Wes Logan.
Yeah.
Neely Henry winner.
Sorry, I forgot about that.
We won't dive into it because we're a bit late on it. But I will say, for those who watched that tournament, awesome tournament for Wes Logan. Well-deserved. Kicked everyone's ass. That being said, if you were a bass fishing fan for the last 5+ years and were not rooting for Gerald Swindle on day 3.
Oh, I had so much.
I'm not sure where your head's at.
But did you all see the fantastic camera work that they got on Swindle throwing that buzzbait all day? Yes. Holy crap, that was some great entertainment.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't get that in the
MLF.
MLF, I can't even say.
Yeah, no, those guys are amazing at what they do. And, man, I was rooting for Swindle hard.
Yeah. I actually, our buddy Marshall, he actually tuned in and watched the bass event.
Wow.
He's like, I have to watch just for Swindle. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's a national treasure. He really is.
I think he's probably one of my favorites for Gville.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
He's got the momentum. I don't know what it is with fishing and momentum, but it definitely seems to be a momentum thing with fishing.
I know a guy who does not have the momentum. Me.
You. By the way, we never talked about the co-angler winner. Another college guy.
Yeah, Cody Stahl.
He won that.
Who is there's a college topic we should dive into on one episode when we got nothing to talk about.
I like that.
You know what I'm referring to?
I think so.
What am I referring to?
What? Co-angling?
No.
All right, what do you got then?
It's a college topic.
Okay.
What the hell ever happened to SCAD?
Yes, we must have a discussion about SCAD.
We should get someone on who went to SCAD and say, what the hell happened there?
I know someone that we can talk to.
Okay.
I will reach out.
Okay. That would be a hell of a topic.
I like this idea.
If you follow college fishing in the last 5 years, you probably have asked the exact same question.
Yeah, where in the world
what the hell happened to SCAD?
They were like, I don't know. They came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Recruited a bunch of people.
And then disappeared into nowhere.
Like all great things disappeared.
They went from the highs to nowhere.
Everyone was like SCAD. They were making newspapers.
Yeah. And they had one really good fisherman who did really well in college. At least I knew of literally one person, and that one person won the co-angler side of the Open, Cody Stahl. So
actually, maybe we should see if we could talk to Cody Stahl.
We might should.
I heard that he has some pretty juicy details about the SCAD dispersal.
I talked to him once upon a time.
Yeah, so have I.
You know where?
He's in at Smith.
That's right.
Yeah, I talked to him too because he's an ALX guy. Yeah, Cody Stahl fishes ALX rods. And don't me. Hey, don't listen to him. ALX rods is great. Well, with that,
I hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, maybe we'll see you over on the SCAD side of things.
Yeah, we're gonna get canceled one of these days.
Yeah, oh yeah. Cancel culture's gonna catch up to us.
Shit.
We appreciate you guys tuning in.
Yeah.
Hope you catch him. And oh wait, quick, who was your pick for Gville? You never said.
Seth Feider.
Okay.
I think he's just gonna say screw it. Screw all he is. I'm just going to win and crap on all of you in AOY.
Well, Seth on that note, there we go. You heard it here. Seth Feider is going to win.
Dub.
And catch him up. We'll see you next week.
Bye.